Today I want to talk to you about something that has the power to change lives, to lift the weary soul, and to bring hope to the heart that has grown tired. That is the impact of positive thinking. We live in a world filled with uncertainty, where troubles come knocking at every door. There are moments when the storms of life seem too strong, the burdens too heavy. But my friends, I want to tell you today, your mind is a battlefield, and the thoughts you choose will determine whether you live in victory or defeat. Positive thinking is not just about putting on a smile or ignoring reality. No, it's about seeing beyond the struggle, believing that there is a greater purpose, and knowing that even in the darkest night, the sun will rise again. When you choose to embrace faith over fear, hope over despair, and joy over sorrow, you are choosing to live with power. Now you may say, but you don't know what I'm going through. My friend, I don't need to. What I do know is this: no matter how deep the valley, no matter how fierce the battle, a heart filled with hope and gratitude will always find strength. Have you ever noticed how a joyful person lifts the spirits of those around them? How a kind word, a warm smile, or a voice of encouragement can change the course of someone's day? That is the power of a positive mind. When you walk in faith, when you refuse to let negativity control you, you become a light in a world that so desperately needs it. And let me tell you, science itself affirms what we already know: positive thinking leads to a healthier body, a stronger heart, and a more peaceful life. But even beyond that, it is a source of divine strength, a promise that if you keep your heart filled with faith, you will find the courage to overcome any trial. So, I ask you today, what kind of life do you want to live? One weighed down by worry, by doubt, by fear? Or a life filled with hope, with joy, with confidence that no matter what comes your way, you will rise above it? Choose today to think differently. Choose to believe that the best is yet to come. Choose to walk in the light of hope and let it shine through you so that others may see it, be inspired by it, and be transformed by it. May you go forward with strength, with joy, and with a heart that believes in the power of positive thinking. Thank you, and God bless you. The way we think shapes our actions, influences our emotions, and ultimately determines the course of our lives. A positive mind leads to a positive life. This truth is evident in the way people respond to challenges, interact with others, and carry themselves through the ups and downs of life. It is not just about having an optimistic attitude, but about cultivating a mindset that allows one to rise above adversity, find meaning in hardships, and embrace the future with confidence. Our thoughts have a direct impact on our behavior. When we think positively, we naturally act in ways that reflect confidence, hope, and determination. A person who believes in the possibility of success is more likely to take risks, work diligently, and persist even when the odds seem stacked against them. Conversely, someone who is trapped in negative thinking may hesitate to pursue their dreams, fear failure, and ultimately limit their potential. The power of the mind is such that what we dwell on becomes our reality. If we constantly tell ourselves that we are not good enough, that success is beyond our reach, or that life will always be difficult, then we will act in ways that reinforce those beliefs. But when we cultivate thoughts of strength, capability, and possibility, our actions align with those beliefs, and we begin to create the life we envision. Emotions are deeply tied to our thoughts. A person who constantly entertains negative thoughts will find themselves overwhelmed with anxiety, frustration, and despair. On the other hand, positive thinking produces emotions of hope, joy, and peace. Consider how two people might face the same challenge and sees it as an insurmountable problem and becomes paralyzed by fear, while the other views it as an opportunity for growth and responds with courage. The difference is not in the situation, but in the perspective. Positive thinkers understand that emotions are not merely reactions to external circumstances, but reflections of internal beliefs. They train themselves to focus on gratitude, to find the silver lining in difficulties, and to replace fear with faith. The course of a person's life is largely determined by the way they think. History is filled with stories of individuals who overcame seemingly impossible odds simply because they refused to let negative thoughts dictate their actions. Great leaders, inventors, and visionaries were often met with failure, rejection, and hardship, yet they persisted because they believed in a greater outcome. They did not allow temporary setbacks to define their future. Instead, they used those setbacks as stepping stones towards success. This principle applies not only to famous individuals, but to everyday people who choose to see life through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. A person with a positive mindset will continue to push forward despite difficulties, while a person who succumbs to negativity will give up before they ever truly begin. There is a profound connection between the thoughts we allow into our minds and the quality of life we experience. Positive thinking leads to resilience, the ability to bounce back from failures and disappointments with renewed strength. It fosters creativity, as an open and hopeful mind is more willing to explore new ideas and solutions. It enhances relationships, as people are naturally drawn to those who radiate positivity and encouragement. It even affects physical health, with studies showing that those who maintain an optimistic outlook tend to have lower stress levels, stronger immune systems, and a longer lifespan. The human mind is powerful, and the thoughts we choose to entertain have consequences that reach far beyond our internal world. They shape our actions, our emotions, and ultimately, our destiny. Cultivating a positive mindset requires intentionality. It is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending that life is always easy. Rather, it is about training the mind to respond to challenges with hope instead of despair. This involves being mindful of the words we speak to ourselves, surrounding ourselves with uplifting influences, and choosing to focus on solutions rather than problems. It means rejecting the temptation to dwell on past failures and instead embracing the lessons they offer. It requires faith in the unseen, trust in the process, and a commitment to moving forward, even when the path is unclear. A positive mind leads to a positive life because it shifts our focus from limitations to possibilities, from fear to faith, and from despair to hope. It empowers us to take control of our thoughts rather than allowing our circumstances to control us. It is not just about changing the way we think, but about transforming the way we live. Faith over fear is a principle that has guided countless individuals through the most challenging moments of life. It is the understanding that no matter how uncertain or difficult a situation may appear, there is a greater power at work, a greater purpose unfolding. Fear is a natural emotion, one that arises when we feel threatened, uncertain, or overwhelmed. But fear, when left unchecked, has the power to paralyze, to steal joy, and to keep people from fulfilling their true potential. Faith, on the other hand, is a force that strengthens, empowers, and enables people to move forward despite the unknown. It is not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust in something greater than fear itself. One of the most powerful aspects of faith is its ability to shift perspective. Fear magnifies problems, making them seem larger than they truly are, while faith reminds us that no challenge is too great to overcome. When people allow fear to take control, they see only obstacles, limitations, and worst-case scenarios. Their minds become filled with doubt, anxiety, and hesitation. But when faith takes over, the same situation is seen through a different lens zone that acknowledges the struggle but also sees the possibility of victory. Faith does not deny reality. Rather, it looks beyond the temporary struggle to the promise of a better outcome. Fear thrives on uncertainty, feeding on the unknown and convincing people that they are not strong enough, smart enough, or capable enough to handle what lies ahead. It whispers lies that keep people stuck in their comfort zones, afraid to take risks or embrace change. But faith counters those lies with truth. Faith reminds people that they have faced difficulties before and have overcome them. It reassures them that they are never alone, that there is a guiding hand leading them through even the darkest valleys. While fear seeks to diminish confidence, faith builds it. It instills an inner strength that allows people to step out even when they do not know what the future holds. Fear often brings isolation, causing people to withdraw, to shut down, and to feel as though they must face their battles alone. It creates a mindset of self-preservation where survival becomes the primary focus rather than growth. Faith, however, connects people. It reminds them that they are part of something greater, that they are supported, and that their struggles have meaning. Faith encourages openness, vulnerability, and the willingness to lean on others for strength. It fosters relationships built on trust and support, while fear breeds loneliness and despair. Another important distinction between faith and fear is their impact on action. Fear causes hesitation, leading people to avoid taking steps forward because they are afraid of failure. It convinces them that the risk is too great, that they are not ready, or that the outcome will not be in their favor. Many dreams have been abandoned, and many opportunities have been missed because of fear. Faith, however, inspires action. It pushes people to take that first step, even when they do not have all the answers. It emboldens them to move forward with confidence, knowing that every step taken in faith brings them closer to their purpose. The impact of choosing faith over fear is also evident in the way people handle adversity. When fear is in control, hardship feels unbearable. It leads to hopelessness, despair, and the belief that difficulties are a sign of failure or punishment. Fear makes challenges seem like dead ends. Faith, however, transforms adversity into an opportunity for growth. It allows people to see trials as a part of their journey rather than the end of it. Faith provides the strength to persevere, to learn from difficulties, and to emerge stronger. It reminds people that even when circumstances seem impossible, they are never without hope. The mind is constantly choosing between faith and fear, and the choice made determines the direction of life. Those who choose fear live in limitation, always questioning, always doubting, always wondering what could have been if only they had dared to believe. Those who choose faith experience a different reality, filled with courage, purpose, and the ability to overcome. It is not an easy choice, and it does not happen overnight. But with each decision to trust, to hope, and to believe, faith becomes stronger, fear loses its grip, and life takes on a new sense of meaning. Life is filled with challenges, and no one is exempt from facing obstacles, disappointments, and hardships. Every person at some point encounters situations that test their strength, shake their confidence, and make them question whether they have the ability to move forward. While some see difficulties as barriers that prevent progress, others view them as opportunities for growth, transformation, and discovery. The difference between these two perspectives lies in the mindset a person chooses to adopt. When challenges are approached with a positive outlook, they become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. They become lessons rather than defeats. And instead of breaking a person, they have the power to build them into something stronger. One of the most powerful aspects of seeing challenges as opportunities is the shift in perspective it creates. A person who sees a challenge as an insurmountable problem often feels overwhelmed, discouraged, and paralyzed by fear. They focus on what they lack, on the difficulty of the situation, and on the possibility of failure. This negative focus prevents them from taking action, finding solutions, or learning from their circumstances. On the other hand, a person who sees the same challenge as an opportunity approaches it with curiosity, resilience, and determination. They do not allow fear to dictate their response. but instead look for ways to grow, improve, and adapt. They understand that every difficulty carries within it the potential for something greater, whether it be wisdom, strength, or new possibilities they had not considered before. A challenge, no matter how difficult, often presents a lesson that can shape a person's character and future. When faced with adversity, people are given the opportunity to discover their inner strength. They learn patience when things do not go as planned, perseverance when the road is rough, and faith when the outcome is uncertain. A person who has never been tested will never know the depth of their own strength. It is through struggle that resilience is built. The muscles of perseverance, determination, and courage are strengthened when they are put to the test. Without challenges, people remain stagnant, untested, and unaware of what they are truly capable of achieving. Growth is often uncomfortable, and challenges push people out of their comfort zones. When life is easy, there is little motivation to change, improve, or innovate. But when difficulties arise, they force people to think differently, to explore new solutions, and to expand their skills. Many of the greatest inventions, businesses, and personal breakthroughs have come from individuals who faced difficulties and refused to let them be the end of their journey. Instead of being defeated by their circumstances, they allowed their struggles to inspire creativity and innovation. Every problem carries within it the seed of a solution, and those who approach difficulties with a growth mindset are the ones who uncover it. Difficult times also provide an opportunity for self-discovery. People often do not realize their own potential until they are placed in situations that require them to rise above their limitations. Challenges reveal strengths that might have otherwise remained hidden. A person who once believed they were weak discovers they have the ability to endure. Someone who doubted their leadership skills finds themselves guiding others through a crisis. It is in the face of adversity that people truly come to know themselves. They gain a deeper understanding of their values, their priorities, and their true desires. Many people look back on the most challenging times of their lives and realize that those were the moments that shaped them the most. Obstacles also serve as a way to redirect people towards something better. Sometimes what appears to be a setback is actually a course correction. A closed door might be protecting someone from a path that is not meant for them. A failure might be leading them toward a greater success. Many people who have achieved great things can trace their success back to a moment of failure that forced them to change direction. Instead of viewing rejection, loss, or difficulty as an end, they saw it as a new beginning. When people trust that challenges have a purpose, they are able to embrace them with confidence rather than fear. The way a person responds to difficulty determines its impact on their life. Those who see challenges as obstacles remain stuck, allowing negativity and frustration to hold them back. Those who see them as opportunities use them as fuel for growth, transformation, and progress. The choice to transform difficulties into stepping stones is a powerful one, and it is available to everyone who is willing to shift their mindset. The circumstances of life may not always be in a person's control, but their response to those circumstances always is. A joyful heart is like medicine to the soul. The way a person thinks has a profound impact on their health and overall well-being. It is not just about being happy in good times, but about maintaining a mindset that fosters physical, mental, and emotional health, even in challenging situations. Positive thinking has been shown to influence the body's ability to heal, reduce stress, and improve quality of life. When a person chooses to focus on hope, gratitude, and optimism, their body responds in ways that promote better health and longevity. On the other hand, a mind filled with worry, fear, and negativity creates stress that weakens the body and accelerates illness. The connection between thoughts and health is undeniable, and the way a person thinks plays a critical role in shaping their overall well-being. Stress is one of the most harmful effects of negative thinking, and it takes a serious toll on the body. When a person is constantly focused on problems, fears, or negative outcomes, their body reacts as if it is in a state of danger. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flood the system, increasing heart rate, raising blood pressure, and weakening the immune system. Over time, chronic stress leads to inflammation, heart disease, digestive issues, and even mental health disorders such as anxiety and depression. When a person is consumed by worry, their body is in a constant state of tension, preventing proper rest and recovery. However, when they choose to think positively and focus on hopeful outcomes, their body begins to relax, their immune system functions more effectively, and their overall health improves. The impact of positive thinking on health is not just theoretical but supported by medical research. Studies have shown that people who maintain an optimistic outlook tend to recover faster from illness, respond better to medical treatments, and even live longer than those with a negative mindset. This is because the brain and body are deeply connected. When a person thinks positively, their brain releases chemicals that promote healing and reduce pain. Dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins are naturally produced when a person experiences joy, gratitude, or hope. These chemicals not only improve mood, but also strengthen the body's ability to fight off illness. In contrast, a mind filled with negativity and despair suppresses the production of these healing chemicals, making the body more vulnerable to disease. Positive thinking also influences lifestyle choices that contribute to long-term health. People who have a hopeful and optimistic mindset are more likely to take care of themselves. They exercise regularly, eat healthier, and engage in activities that bring them joy. They are more motivated to seek medical help when needed, follow treatment plans, and make decisions that support their well-being. In contrast, those who dwell on negative thoughts often fall into unhealthy habits, such as overeating, smoking, or avoiding physical activity. Their mindset creates a cycle of self-destruction, where their thoughts lead to poor choices, which then reinforce their negative outlook on life. The power of the mind to shape behavior is strong, and the way a person thinks directly affects their daily habits and routines. Mental health is also deeply affected by the way a person thinks. Negative thinking patterns contribute to anxiety, depression, and emotional instability. When a person focuses on problems, worst-case scenarios, or past mistakes, they create a mental environment that fosters despair and hopelessness. This not only affects their mood, but also their ability to cope with challenges and interact with others. Positive thinking, on the other hand, builds mental resilience. It allows people to see setbacks as temporary and solvable rather than as permanent failures. Those who practice gratitude, focus on solutions rather than problems, and seek joy in small moments are better equipped to handle life's difficulties without becoming overwhelmed. They develop a sense of inner strength that carries them through hardships and allows them to maintain peace even in the face of uncertainty. The impact of thoughts on well-being extends beyond the individual to those around them. A person who radiates positivity uplifts others, creating an atmosphere of encouragement and hope. Families, workplaces, and communities benefit when people choose to focus on the good rather than the bad. Positive energy is contagious, and when one person chooses to approach life with joy and gratitude, it inspires others to do the same. Relationships improve, stress levels decrease, and the overall environment becomes one of support and unity. In contrast, negativity spreads just as quickly, creating tension, division, and an atmosphere of fear. The way a person thinks affects not only their health, but also the well-being of those around them. The power of the mind to influence health and well-being is one of the greatest tools a person has. Every thought has a consequence, whether for good or bad. The choice to think positively does not mean ignoring reality or denying difficulties, but rather choosing to approach life with hope rather than fear. It means focusing on what is possible rather than what is impossible, seeing challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, and believing that every moment holds the potential for something good. When a person masters their thoughts, they master their health, their emotions, and their ability to navigate life with strength and resilience. Encouragement and kindness have a profound impact on human relationships, self-esteem, and even the course of a person's life. The power of words, both spoken and unspoken, cannot be underestimated. A simple act of encouragement can uplift someone who is struggling, reignite hope in a weary heart, and provide the strength needed to keep moving forward. Kindness, when expressed genuinely, has the ability to heal wounds, mend broken spirits, and create an atmosphere of warmth and connection. In a world often filled with criticism, doubt, and negativity, the choice to be a source of encouragement and kindness is a gift that can change lives in ways that are often unseen but deeply felt. The human heart longs for affirmation. Every person, no matter how strong they may appear on the outside, has moments of doubt, fear, and discouragement. People often carry burdens that are not visible to those around them, struggling silently with feelings of inadequacy, failure, or uncertainty. A well-timed word of encouragement has the power to break through that darkness, reminding someone that they are valued, capable, and not alone. Encouragement does not have to come in grand gestures or eloquent speeches. Sometimes the smallest words can make the biggest difference. A sincere, "You are doing great," "I believe in you," or "You are not alone," can breathe life into a soul that is weary from the weight of life's challenges. Kindness goes beyond words and is expressed through actions, gestures, and attitudes. A person who chooses kindness creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond what they can see. Holding the door open for a stranger, offering a listening ear to someone in distress, or simply smiling at someone who looks downcast can change the entire course of that person's day. Kindness is not about seeking recognition or expecting something in return. It is about choosing to be a source of light in a world that can often be harsh and unkind. Many people underestimate the power of their own kindness, not realizing that even the smallest act can leave a lasting impact on someone's heart. Encouragement and kindness are especially powerful in times of failure and disappointment. When someone falls short of their goals or faces rejection, the natural response is often self-criticism and discouragement. It is in these moments that words of affirmation and support are most needed. A person who is reminded that failure does not define them and that they have the strength to rise again is far more likely to persevere than one who is left to wrestle with their doubts alone. Some of the most successful individuals in history attribute their achievements not to their own abilities alone, but to the encouragement they received from someone who refused to let them give up. The choice to be an encourager rather than a critic is one that requires intentionality. It is often easier to point out flaws, dwell on mistakes, and focus on what is lacking rather than on what is good. But those who make it a habit to uplift others rather than tear them down become a source of strength to those around them. They create an environment where people feel safe to grow, take risks, and become the best version of themselves. Criticism may motivate for a moment, but encouragement builds confidence that lasts a lifetime. The difference between a person who thrives and a person who withers often lies in whether they have been surrounded by encouragement or constant negativity. The impact of encouragement and kindness is not limited to individual relationships, but extends to families, workplaces, and communities. A home filled with words of affirmation and acts of kindness becomes a place of peace and security. A workplace where encouragement is practiced leads to greater motivation, cooperation, and productivity. A community where people choose kindness over division creates a culture of unity and compassion. The way people treat one another shapes the overall atmosphere of their surroundings. A single person's choice to be kind can inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of positivity that continues far beyond what can be measured. Even those who are struggling themselves can be a source of encouragement and kindness to others. Often, the very act of lifting someone else up brings healing to one's own heart. When a person chooses to focus on bringing light to others, their own burdens become lighter. Encouragement is not about having a perfect life or being free from struggles. It is about choosing to be a voice of hope even in the midst of challenges. Kindness is not about having excess to give, but about sharing what is already within a compassionate heart, a listening ear, a word of affirmation. At the core of encouragement and kindness is the understanding that every person is fighting a battle that may not be visible. Choosing to be a source of strength rather than another burden can make all the difference. Encouragement has the power to restore faith, revive dreams, and remind someone of their worth. Kindness has the ability to break through walls, soften hardened hearts, and bring joy where there was once sorrow. It does not require wealth, status, or special ability, only a willing heart and the choice to be a force for good in the lives of others. The power of gratitude is one of the most transformative forces in life. It shifts perspectives, changes attitudes, and brings joy even in the midst of difficulties. Gratitude is not just an emotion. It is a choice, a mindset, and a way of living that affects every aspect of a person's well-being. When a person embraces gratitude, they begin to see life differently. Instead of focusing on what is missing, they recognize what they already have. Instead of dwelling on problems, they appreciate the blessings that surround them. Gratitude does not erase hardship, but it allows people to navigate challenges with a heart that is full rather than empty. The mind naturally tends to focus on what is lacking. People often compare themselves to others, measuring their lives against what they do not have, rather than appreciating what they do. This mindset creates a cycle of dissatisfaction, where nothing ever feels like enough. But when gratitude becomes the foundation of a person's thinking, that cycle is broken. Gratitude shifts the focus from what is missing to what is present, from what is imperfect to what is good. It replaces frustration with contentment and anxiety with peace. A person who cultivates gratitude finds joy, not because they have everything they want, but because they recognize the value of what they already have. Gratitude has the power to transform even the most difficult circumstances. It does not mean ignoring pain or pretending that hardships do not exist, but it allows a person to find meaning and purpose even in suffering. Those who practice gratitude in hard times often discover that their struggles teach them important lessons, strengthen their character, and reveal unexpected blessings. When someone chooses to be grateful despite adversity, they develop resilience. Instead of being consumed by negativity, they find reasons to keep moving forward. Gratitude does not make challenges disappear, but it provides the strength to endure them with hope rather than despair. The connection between gratitude and emotional well-being is undeniable. Studies have shown that people who regularly express gratitude experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Gratitude shifts the brain's focus from negative thoughts to positive ones, reducing the power of fear and worry. A grateful person is more likely to find joy in everyday moments, appreciate small blessings, and maintain a sense of optimism even when faced with difficulties. Gratitude creates a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity, reminding people that even in the hardest times, there is still good to be found. It encourages a heart that is at peace rather than one that is constantly striving for more. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. When people express appreciation for others, it deepens connections and fosters love and kindness. A simple thank you can make someone feel valued, seen, and respected. Relationships thrive when gratitude is present because it shifts the focus from what is wrong to what is right. Instead of criticizing or taking others for granted, a grateful person acknowledges the kindness, support, and love they receive. In families, workplaces, and friendships, gratitude creates an atmosphere of warmth and mutual respect. It reminds people of the importance of cherishing those around them rather than dwelling on their shortcomings. The practice of gratitude extends beyond words. It is reflected in actions. A grateful heart is generous, compassionate, and willing to serve others. When people recognize the blessings in their lives, they are more likely to give back, to share what they have, and to extend kindness to those in need. Gratitude fuels acts of generosity, whether through time, resources, or encouragement. It reminds people that life is not just about personal gain, but about lifting others up and spreading goodness wherever they go. A grateful person understands that their blessings are not meant to be hoarded, but to be shared. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to bring peace. Many people spend their lives chasing happiness, believing that it will come when they achieve certain goals or acquire specific things. But gratitude reveals that joy is not found in what is attained, but in how life is perceived. A person who constantly seeks more will never be satisfied. But a person who chooses to be grateful finds fulfillment in every season of life. Gratitude teaches that joy is not about waiting for the perfect circumstances, but about embracing the present moment with an open and thankful heart. Even in the smallest moments, gratitude has the ability to bring joy. A sunrise, a kind word, a shared laugh, a meal with loved ones, these are the things that often go unnoticed when people are too busy focusing on what they lack. But when gratitude becomes a way of life, every moment holds value. Nothing is too small to be appreciated. Gratitude turns ordinary days into meaningful ones, struggles into lessons, and disappointments into opportunities for growth. It changes not only how life is experienced, but how it is lived. In the journey of life, the power of positive thinking shapes our experiences, influences our well-being, strengthens our relationships, and gives us the resilience to face challenges with hope. Choosing to embrace positivity does not mean ignoring difficulties, but rather facing them with faith, courage, and gratitude. It transforms our mindset, allowing us to see possibilities instead of limitations, opportunities instead of obstacles, and blessings instead of burdens. When we cultivate thoughts of hope, encouragement, and kindness, we not only improve our own lives, but also uplift those around us. Our words, attitudes, and actions have the ability to bring light into dark places, heal broken spirits, and inspire change. As you move forward, remember that your thoughts are powerful, and the way you choose to think will shape the life you live. In every situation, choose faith over fear, hope over despair, and gratitude over complaint. Let your mind be filled with positivity, your heart with kindness, and your actions with purpose. No matter where you are in life, the path ahead is always brighter when walked with a heart full of hope. Good luck on your journey toward a life filled with positivity, peace, and purpose. May your days be filled with joy, your heart with gratitude, and your spirit with unwavering strength. Thank you, and may you always walk in the light of hope and encouragement.